All right, exhale. What do you do after that one?
Hopefully they go to sleep, I go to work. We played good enough to win it, and we played poor enough. I mean, we made some mistakes. Transition defense, I thought our half-court defense was unbelievable. They scored some because we didn't communicate very well. They hurt us on the boards. That was disappointing. We had some guys in foul trouble. We started out the second half turning the ball over. They only had 10 for the game, which isn't bad against them, but I think they only had 5. But I think they shot 30-some%, so I guess we're not a bad defensive team either.
Considering that you guys had 5 turnovers in the first 8 minutes of the second half, Tom, and then you went the rest of the way without one, what did that say about your team buckling down when they were really against the ropes?
Well, I got a lot of good things to say about my team when we were against the ropes, but, we made some mistakes, too. We passed up some shots, and, we didn't look as poised as I would like, but when you can go down and then get back up, and then Trice makes a big 3, and AP makes a big 3, and got a couple of big rebounds by a couple guys. Shows he got some character, some heart, and, Tony Bennett is a heck of a coach, and he said it best, was a little more physical than we have during the year, and that's the way it should be played, and I agree with him 100%.
I know you didn't like my stat yesterday about BJ. You guys were 19-0 when he scored 7 or more points, but talk about the way he put the team on his back.
Well, I did like what you said, because when he scored his 8th point, I asked for a forfeit. I really did. And the ref wouldn't give it to me. I was ticked off. But, BJ is playing better each and every day, and still has his moments, We still need a little more consistency. We need a little more out of our subs. Very disappointed. We need more out of Costello and Kenny Kaminsky right now. But we've got a lot of ball out of different players. And Trice, coming off that bench, has done a heck of a job for us.
When he talked about the frustration of AP, it was very difficult getting the ball inside to him. But it seems as though you kind of put him in motion and got him moving. And that kind
I thought we did an average job. I thought sometimes he wanted to come out too far. We wanted to go in more. We didn't do it as well as I'd like us to do, but he was getting hammered around in there too. I mean, it was physical in there, and so all in all, I'm so proud of this team for bouncing back. That's a good basketball team we just played, and I mean, I told our guys before the game, they're not going to beat themselves. We got to beat them, and I still agree with that statement. They had 5 turnovers. They didn't beat themselves, and we beat them.
BJ looked like a kid in a candy store running off that court. This is a big hump to get over to get to the Elite 8 for this squad.
Well, I think it is. It's a big hump, and we get to play again. I mean, there's nothing like getting to work the second game of a weekend when you get in the NCAA tournament. I mean, I don't know. It's the greatest thing I do, so I'm just excited about it.
So you froze your kicker there at the end, too. You decided to roll the dice there, let him try a half-court shot?
Yeah, I mean, 1.4, I thought, if they throw it down, we could follow him on the catch, but that would have been tough. I thought the 80-footer was a better odds, but so if it would have gone in, I would have killed myself. But other than that, I felt good about it.
They've worn so many teams down throughout the year, mentally, physically throughout the game. Was patience a huge key for you guys?
During the year or during the game?
Through the year, wear teams down.
Yeah, I think for the most part, we had so many different lineups in it, so many guys out that was just surviving advance was during the year, not during the NCAA tournament. We're just trying to figure out different ways to either win a game. We stayed in a lot of games and we didn't win some of them, but players did a heck of a job hanging in there through that time, and we were switching things and changing things, and they had to put up with a lot too, so I give them credit, but the rewards are here. Our defense the last 6 games now has been phenomenal. I think only one team shot above 40%, and that's a big plus for us. That's getting back to who we are. And I thought that was important that we kind of lost that during the year.
The way Virginia plays, you figure you get not a lot of scoring out of the backcourt, and you still come out with a win. You get most of your points on the front court against those big guys.
Yeah, they were mostly on the front court. They played well. I mean, they're hard to play too. But Gary got some foul trouble, and they get after it too. I mean, they're really good defensively, and yet I thought the first half we executed better, scored. We got our running game going a little bit and scored. Second half, we looked a little lethargic, but maybe they turned it up too. Give them credit.
How much of an advantage is it to have guys who've kind of been around the block in a game like this? Because it's a wear. I mean, this is not an easy game to keep yourself sharp in.
No, I thought that was one of the toughest games I played in. It reminded me of our Iowa State game 12, 13 years ago. I mean, it was just it was a fist fight. Every possession mattered. Every part of that game mattered. And that is hard to stay mentally that sharp. They're running stuff on their offense. They're coming off everywhere, and you constantly got to trail and step up. And a lot of guys have to be involved to stop them. It's not a one-man job. It's a team job. And once in a while, I thought mentally we got a little lax, but God, we did some good things too. So I'm just going to be happy with the win and move on.
I know you had a million things going through your mind during that game, but did you have a chance to really soak in the fact that it's the Garden, the place was out of control, and that was madness at its best?
Hell no. That was the last thing on my mind. I didn't know if we were in a Garden or if we were in a, Iron Mountain High School gym, to be honest with you. I mean, that is the last thing. It was just all about the game and trying to stay involved in the game.
Early thoughts on UConn?
I haven't seen him much. I saw him before. It's my assistant's job. I didn't watch him tonight because for me, I put everything into this team. My assistants, of course, have been working ahead. And, I know those two little guards. We played them a year ago. I know how good they are. And it sounds like Daniels went off tonight. And, I'm sure it's going to be 4th of July and Christmas here at UConn South or West or whatever the hell it is from there. It's what is it from there? US South. Never didn't pass geography, but I'm just happy we get another chance. Hank. We get another chance.
Tom, was that going to pain after the time out there?
Yeah, I mean it was, and we were going to go to him inside, and then we said we get in a ball screen because they were dragging that thing out. Keith, I think it was Keith, did a hell of a job getting it back to him, and he passed up that one at the top a little earlier. Couldn't figure that out, but boy, he hit a big one. I'll give him credit.
And then he finds Dawson on the next offensive possession.
Yeah. Dawson, I don't know what he ended up with, but he was moving and he played a lot better, and he played pretty good defensively, and I think he could have rebounded a little better. I'll always find something to get on him about because he's a kid we got to keep motivating one way or another, but he's been so much better in the last 5, 6, 7 games, and it's made our team better.
Were you surprised by Virginia's offensive rebounding? They've been sending everybody